Hey everyone, so finally decided to give this game a try with a free trial, and to no one's surprise, somehow Activision screwed up a free trial. Pretty much, I was expecting, somewhat similar playlists when the beta was out, open playlist and all that. Pretty much, if you wanted the standard playlist of regular modes and all that crap, it's under skill-based matchmaking. If you want open, persistent, what they've been advertising saying they're gonna go back to, you pretty much have to play their special modes, which is basically regular modes, but basically every so often care packages drop from the sky, and those matches are, even if there is no skill-based matchmaking, it's more or less like you rely less on your guns in this mode and more of getting a good care package and turning the tides. Fun mode, but not really something I would really play, especially since it's a limited time mode. I'm not going to expect to be this all the time. Otherwise, there's also Slayjack 24/7, Nuketown, and they have their party modes, which I wasn't really interested in because the only time I've actually ever had fun playing gun games, sticks and stones, one in the chamber, all that, was in Black Ops 1 when we were actually, what was it, wagering Call of Duty points. Since there's no really anything to gamble here, which I don't want them to even add, it's really not that much of a fun mode to play just for the fun of it. It was the wagering matches that made those modes, those party modes, a little more fun. One thing I will say though, I do like the fact that the guns are very usable. Every gun has its own niche and everything. I mean, some guns are pretty much good right off the bat. Others, you're going to have to struggle with the sweats that only use the same submachine gun, the same weapon, whatever they consider the meta. You're going to have to basically use an underpowered weapon until you can slowly get it powered enough to actually be competing with those people. But yeah, no, it's like I said, I don't know. All they had to do was just add a simple. I mean, even if they didn't want to do a full no skill based matchmaking, non disbanding playlist, the least they could have done is at least added like a simple one of there's no skill based matchmaking on this one, and lobbies don't disband, but the only modes you can play here are team deathmatch and kill confirmed, because that's all I really wanted. Because unfortunately, one of my friends, I was playing with like a stack of three. Within 2 matches, he decided this game isn't for him, and he left mid-match because of me. My stats kind of carried over, and we were pretty much, when we were playing just the skill-based matchmaking portion of it, it led to some very sweaty matches of people just, I don't know, for some reason they were wearing like those phase outfits or whatever, sliding around all over the place, and it honestly ruined their fun that I convinced them to download the game for 173 gigs. Those 173 gigs are officially gone from his system, his PC. So I convinced them to play it, and right after 2 matches, he immediately deleted because this game was just too sweaty and he wasn't enjoying himself. So yeah, unfortunately, if I was the dumbass to buy this game, what's it called? Right off the bat, none of my friends are gonna play it with me. I mean, one of them even said he'll consider getting the game on the course that it's discounted, which the last time it was $35. I think it's $50 at Walmart and $42 if you want a used copy at GameStop, as of me checking. But no, I can see where they were, because the funny thing is, and I'm gonna show you the real way I've been having to kind of fight this whole skill-based matchmaking or whatever, is just using a shotgun. The same build that I've been using in the beta still works in the final game, but even then I want to use other weapons, but instead I'm forced to do stuff like this.
Dude, I'm gonna get reported for cheating again. Dude, they're gonna think I'm cheating if I don't stop. Yeah, it was nice knowing you.
And yeah, it is fun to some extent, but at the same time, I'm one of those people that has to try every weapon, make every weapon viable, and realistically, if I were to buy this game, my first instinct would just be trying to get dark matter. But unfortunately, I just do not want to pay full price for this game. I can, I just don't want to. Nothing about this game really. It's yeah, no, it's more or less whatever matchmaking they're using is what's keeping me. Aside from that, the maps are just fine. I know people are like complaining about what's it called, them bringing back old maps. I really don't mind that because, dude, most of these maps, the last time I've seen them was on the PS3, back when we had some of the sloggiest looking graphics, 30 frames per second, maybe even less, to be honest, because I don't know how strong the PS3 was back then. And here we are, finally giving them the modern touch up, but all that's ruining it is just the. Sorry, my dog was chewing on something. I thought it was chewing on my shoes. The only thing that's messing it up is just this, the skill-based matchmaking that they keep adding. Again, this one shouldn't have it, but again, it's the fact that I'm playing a mode where random care packages just drop from the sky. So, say right now we're losing at some point, and instead of me trying to like capture something, I just ran around, found a care package, got the perfect. I think I picked up that rhino thing. I don't know if it's in this match, but I picked that up, and suddenly me and someone else and my friend that's still stuck around got one as well, and we were just kind of turbocharging, capturing the points, and we kind of made a comeback from that being that stupid. But I know realistically, if we were in a match like this, it would have just been a close loss. Like without those care packages and all that, with how sweaty people were playing. It would have just, or in this case, if it was just, I don't know. That's the thing, is I can't really say how the matches would have played, because the only one that had like regular gameplay, like just regular team deathmatch, was tied to skill-based matchmaking. The part that was no skill-based matchmaking or whatever was just basically tied to special modes or just one map specific. So yeah, unfortunately. And the thing is, too, they picked the worst timing to kind of release this, because at the same time of me playing this game to get more footage for this video, Splitgate came out again, but only this time they were actually learning what they did the last time and pretty much made a better game than before. I think the reason I dropped off from Splitgate 2, when it was called that, was mostly because it was just it just felt like an arena hero shooter game, and I wasn't really into that, especially because it wasn't on the same level as X Defiant was. It felt more like Halo mixed with hero shooter mixed with Portal. It was like too much of one thing. Then they added a battle royale, and it was like a lot of stuff for no apparent reason. So yeah, but they came back with it. I gave it a shot, and it feels like a true successor. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they just decided to call it Splitgate 2 once again, because it honestly does feel like a true sequel. But as for this, like I said, I'm willing to try it out. Not with the free trial. I mean, I did what I could, but realistically, like I said, I just don't want to keep playing the same maps. I don't want to play a game mode where care packages are dropping, and the only regular experience I get is basically going to be tied to skill-based matchmaking, meaning I'm going to have such an unfun time dealing with sweats and whatnot. It's honestly not really worth it, and maybe when the game goes on sale, because at the rate that it's going, it is dropping astronomically bad, that I get the feeling that by the new year, I might be able to actually get my wish of getting a copy the same way I did Best Buy, where it was only $5. Maybe less. If the game drops to a simple $20 at one point, I probably will buy a copy then. It's a good game, but not worth whatever price they're asking for, and especially with all those other stuff that they keep adding into it, like battle passes and all that stuff, it adds up. And truth be told, I'm not gonna buy the game, because right now it's on sale for $50, but I'm not gonna do that. It either has to go below $30 or $20, maybe lower, but I'm not. But if it drops into that low price range, I probably will buy a copy then. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now. The game's fun, but it's not worth the price that it's asking for. And unfortunately, I can't really give a full in-depth review, because the trial that was around isn't even the full experience. It's either skill-based matchmaking or special modes with no skill-based matchmaking, non-less disbanding. So I didn't really get the experience I was expecting. I really was thinking that at the very least there would be modes where I can at least, play with no skill based matchmaking, just regular team deathmatch, regular like all that. But apparently that's for paid customers only, and I'm not one of them, so I'm basically at the mercy of whatever they decide of what modes I'm allowed to access and all that. And that doesn't really convince me to buy the game, because I'm gonna play it. I can win a few matches, I can level up my weapons, but the fact that I had to do it through special modes that they allowed me to, and I didn't get a choice of, maybe I want to play team deathmatch only with no skill based matchmaking, non-disbanding lobbies, or maybe I want to play on hardcore for some of the pistol challenges and what. None of that was there during the free trials. So, like I said, my experience was very limited. So with that, I'm just gonna give it a little more time. If the game continues to fall in price, I'll again consider buying the game then. Anyways, that about does it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment what your experiences with Black Ops 7 is, if you're one of the people that bought the game, or if you're one of the few that are either not interested in the game, or just basically the ones that are like me that did the free trial. Anyways, follow my Twitch and all my social medias. They should be linked on my YouTube channel page. If not, if I'm not too lazy, I'll probably just link them all in my description. Anyways, with that out of the way, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and see you later, everyone.